page. That's why. Okay, I got number 5. I thought I forgot it. All right, so number 5, what they're telling you is again a proportion. The 90% is a proportion, and it's just a percent, right? It's just 9 out of 10 people said. So if there's 514 human resource professionals and 90% said that the appearance of the job applicant is most important, then the first part of the question is just to take 90%, sorry, I need a pen, 90% of the 514. For part B, the confidence interval for the 99%, again, is just going to be your p hat minus your error, and then your p hat plus your error. So you have to work out this one, and I want you to do it the same way as the formula that we used back in question 4. Same formula and same confidence interval. I think it's 99% both times. So you can use exactly the same procedure there to find the confidence interval. Now for C, you're going to do that, but you're going to do the same formula, but keep in mind that your Z's going to change, because your Z is always of n over 2, or a lot of times they call it, sorry, I'll fix that up a bit. They call it alpha over 2, Z alpha over 2. And so in this case, Z alpha over 2 is Z of the remainder from the 80% out of 100, so 20% over 2. So it's Z of 10%, and we don't really write it like that. We write it as Z of 0.1, and you have to go to your chart and look up 0.1 and figure out the Z value corresponding to that. Okay, now I think before I said 0.01 for the previous question. I hope I did, in terms of looking that up in your chart and getting your Z value. So you're going to find the Z value of 0.1 in your chart, and you're going to put that in because that's your 10%, okay? For D, it's just asking you to compare them and to identify which one has the wider interval. So all they mean by that is the biggest range. So the number from here up to the number from here, whichever has the largest range between it, is going to be the widest interval. And then you can figure out for yourself, I think, why one would be wider than the other. Let's just pop over to the next question, which is going to be 7, because we already did 6. So here's question 7. I'm hoping I did this right in terms of the slides here, and that I'm not going over what I already said. So for number 7, about the sushi and the parts per mercury, all we're doing here again is the confidence interval calculation. Okay, so for 90%, our Z score for a 90% confidence interval is the 1.645 value. And so for our confidence interval, we're just going to take our mean minus our error and our mean plus our error, and we're going to work that out. So the mean for these values, I think, is given in the question as the 0.719 minus the error, which you're going to have to work out, and you're going to use the standard deviation for that. And then over here, the 0.179 goes in again, and then it's plus the error. So the only calculation that you have to do is the error calculation, and that's your Z of alpha over 2 times the square root of your standard deviation, which they give you as 0.0366 over n. Okay, so your n is 7, I believe, for this, because you've got 7 data values. All right, And so you're just going to work it out like that, put your error in the formula in those two spots, and that gives you your confidence interval at 90%.